Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can tell by the title, I have a really exciting video today for you all. I have something a little bit different for my channel. This is a book related bundle and a book related store that I wanted to share and talk about. I'm also filming in a different location. I'm actually filming in front of my bookcase today because it's topical. Apologies if you can hear any noise. Matt is in the kitchen doing renovations. So this company is called katslittlebookishstore. I discovered them through TikTok, more specifically something called BookTok on TikTok, which if you like reading or interested in reading, you probably know what it's about. But if you don't know what it's about, it is a growing community of people who are interested in books, and they range from all different kind of genres of books. Typically I gravitate towards dark romance. That is my cup of tea. On Kat's website she has lots of different things, bookmarks, tote bags, all book related items, which if you are a book fan like me, you will think is absolutely fabulous. She also had some bundles, and because I hadn't bought anything from this company before, I thought it was a good opportunity to just buy a book bundle. They had a dark romance book bundle, which naturally just made sense for me to buy, and that is actually what I purchased right here, and it's what I'm going to show you today and talk a little bit about. This is how everything arrived. I will insert a video because the presentation of this looked a lot more beautiful before I had opened it, but I am impatient, so when I got this I did film what it looked like, but I have since opened it and looked at some of the stuff, not everything but some of the things, because it was presented a lot more pristine and a lot nicer than what it currently looks like. I did also mention to Kat, because I was speaking to her on her TikTok, if it was okay for me to film this video, and she said it was completely fine, just maybe in case the company doesn't really want me to do a video, or I think it's just nice to communicate that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything out of the box and just put it somewhere on my bookshelf and then talk about all of the items. So this book bundle is £35. When I ordered this there was a discount code which took £5 off of this book bundle. I don't know if there are discount codes still going on or not. Either way, I will link you to her website and to her Instagram in case you're curious. So I've just put everything all over here that we've got, and not relevant, but I don't know if she's sprayed this box with perfume or not, because I'm still getting this smell, and when I opened it I got this smell. This smells like there is fragrance on this, so I don't know if there is or there isn't. If there is, that is just an even nicer personal touch, but that is what that packaging looks like. So in the box we also had these. So this is tumbler care instructions, because one of the items that we've got is a tumbler, but this is really cool because it gives you those instructions on how to take care of the tumbler, and I'll probably actually start by showing you that item because that would make sense. But we got that. Then we also, and you will have seen it a lot better in the clip I inserted, but we also have this where she's wrote a little message on there, which is a really lovely personal touch, and then it just has her branding on there. And really kindly she has said here that she's also added in a free bookmark, so that's really sweet that she's thrown that in there. I didn't expect her to, I didn't ask her to, but really sweet and really considerate that she remembered me messaging her and saying I like them. She does also do lots of other book bundles and book related items, so if you're not into dark romance, there are lots and lots of other ones. So the first item looks like this, really cool. It says darker the better, and so this darker the better is with reference to dark romance, on theme, quite topical, along with all these other icons that we have on it. Very on branding, very reminiscent of tropes you might find in that dark romance, and I especially like this one with the cherry skulls. That's so cool. Looks like this. It does also come with the straw. I think these are really super. I will probably fill this up with water and have this full cold drinks. And on the other side it says dark romance gal. So again, straight off the bat, if you know someone who likes dark romance or you like dark romance, that would make them smile. I'm just gonna put that there. So that was the first item. Second item we've got, and when you go onto her website you can see what the bundles look like, so you can see everything that is in the bundles. We have this, which is a bookmark. I am going to open this. I am going to open all of the items that are not already opened. I was just trying to be as patient as I could be. And these are the resin bookmarks that I'm talking about, which are probably one of, if not my favourite item that she does, because I think they are really cool and unique. This is what this one looks like. Really pretty. So this one just says, I like my romance dark. We have a red into a black ombre, and it has a glitter effect there, and it has really pretty, I'm going to say kind of cursive, gothic-y writing, and then it has a little ribbon there. For how much I read, I don't actually own any bookmarks. I just bend the page down in a book when I'm reading it, but I have bookmarks now, so I don't need to do that, and I have actually lost the pages. I have been on in my books multiple times from bending the pages down rather than actually using a bookmark. So we have that. So cute. We then also have this one, which is, this one is a resin one, and then this one is like a laminated cardboard. And this one just says, give me all of the trigger warnings. Looks like that. And then the other side looks like that. Again, if you are a dark romance fan, you will get that reference. But long story short, with dark romance books, sometimes there are trigger warnings because there can be tropes within dark romance books. They're not always super happy and they're not always super filtered. So because of that, oftentimes dark romance books have triggers because they might not be everyone's cup of tea. And the dark romance girlies will get this. Next item we have is this, and this apparently is a free gift. This looks to be a pin with some stickers, and it says Late Night Reading Club. If I look throughout this video like my height is changing, I am balancing you on our door, so I'm actually standing on my tippy toes right now. And so I'm going to open this. This is what that looks like, if you can see. Okay, yes, so these are some stickers. Really cool. Got this one, the skull that says dark romance, the darker the better. That one, we've got this little skeleton who is enjoying a book. Very cute. We have this one, which is tall, dark and morally grey. And this one says villains do it for me. And because in dark romance, oftentimes the villains are wrote or portrayed in a way that is a little bit more endearing. So we have that one. And then the badge, I'm assuming it's a badge. Yeah, the pin badge looks like this. And it just says Late Night Reading Club. So I don't know about you guys when you read. I'm currently filming this on Saturday, and this makes me laugh. Even to last night I was reading. I'm currently reading the Boys of Tohum series, or Tohum, Aoife and Joey's story right now. I'm reading Redeeming Six. That's what I'm on currently. I started reading that book at, I think it was 9 PM, and I finished reading what I was going to read of that at about, I think it was like 12:40. So this definitely applies to me in terms of my reading when I do read. Let me know if any of you guys have actually read that book. You can probably actually see I do have, not dark romance, but I do actually have the other two ones here that I have been reading before reading the books about Joey and Aoife. I have devoured this series. I got this series like last week from the works, and I have read this series so incredibly fast. And usually it takes me a while to read because I work a lot of hours, but I have read this series so fast. And this whole shelf, again, if you can see, is typically where my dark romance books tend to live. Again, these two are not dark romance books. I have just placed them there because they're what I'm currently reading. So, next item we have is this, which looks to be a keychain. Again, you can see all the items that you're going to get in the book bundle on her website, and because I wanted to buy a couple of things, it just made sense to do the book bundle. Okay, so there are actually 2 items in here, so I'm going to get them both out and show you them. So really cute kind of black band here with a lovely gothic-y bow there, and this says in my dark era with reference to being a dark romance reader. What's really cool with these items as well is if you know anyone who likes books, they would get a lot of this humour and a lot of these references because they are part of that book talk book community. And so it could be a really nice gift to give to someone who does like books, or even just something to buy for yourself if you're interested in books. But that's what it looks like. Really cute. Then the other item in there, really cute, this little tag on it says handmade with love. All of her items are handmade because she is a small UK based business, and this one says dark romance girly, which looks like this with a skull right there. And I'm going to use these, I'm going to put them together, and I'm actually going to put my house key for my house on these because my current set of keys, I will show you, not on theme at all with this box, but my current set of keys are ridiculous. I'm going to just show you what they look like. This is my current set of keys, and when I say current set of keys, these don't actually have my house key on, they have like my family's house key and just other keys, but this is what they look like. I have 3, they're not actually technically the boo-boos, but I have these 3 on here because this admittedly is a lot. Positives, it makes these really difficult to lose because they are so in your face, and I'm notorious for losing keys repeatedly. Okay, so we have 3 more items to show you. So we then have this, which says thank you on it. Again, all of her packaging is so sweet. Again, the colour themes, very, I'm going to say synonymous with kind of the colours you would expect for dark romance. Those kind of really rich sort of colours like the blacks, the reds, it's like that. And this I think is really cool. Now, I have never seen an item quite like this. So this is for your books. So when you are reading, you don't have to keep that book open, so this keeps the book open for you, as opposed to you having to hold the page. Seems like quite a cool idea and quite novel, and again, I don't have anything like this at all. I've not ever seen anything like this personally. I don't know if you guys have, I've not, but this is what it looks like, and I am just going to, I'm going to grab one of the books from the Penelope Douglas Devil's Night series. That's kind of, that wasn't planned, but again, the colour theming, very synonymous with dark romance. And I'm going to show you how this would work, or how I'm understanding this to work. I could be wrong. You would just, as opposed to having to actually hold it, you would just use this to hold that book open on whatever page you are on, and this would just, where you would normally put your finger to read a book, you would just use this and it would hold it open for you. I probably would find it more comfortable to just rest my thumb on there. We then have 2 more items left that come in that bundle, and then the extra item which she kind of gave me as a freebie, which I will show you. So we then have this, which you can read what that says. Again, meant to be quite humorous because in dark romance books, sometimes they can be a little bit spicy. Then the second from last item that I've got, but the last item you get in that bundle, is this, which is a tote bag and is what I'm going to put all of the items in when I have finished filming. And it looks like this. And it just says, touch my book bag, and there is a skull there, really cute. And now what I will say about this tote bag is I was pleasantly surprised with this, Having never ordered from this company, and again with all of the stuff here, I wasn't really sure what to expect with the quality of the items, but the quality is really nice. I was really impressed with the quality of this bag. I thought it was going to be quite flimsy feeling and not actually very sturdy, but the quality of this, I'm not sure if it's cotton, it might be cotton, but the quality of this, I don't know if you can see, is actually quite thick, so I'm quite impressed with this, and you could probably actually genuinely use this as a bag. It's not super huge, but it is quite a good size to fit a couple of things in, like books or just like other things you might want to carry in a bag. This smells really nice. This is the exact same scent as the tissue paper, so I am convinced there is perfume on these. Then the last item that I got is the freebie that she kindly threw in, and it says I'd let the world burn, and this is what it looks like. So this one has a black bow there, and then it is black and red with that really lovely gothic-y kind of scribe style writing on it. So I'm going to quickly run over all the items again for you and then do what we usually do, which is me sharing my overall thoughts. Although gauging from this video, it's probably really apparent what my overall thoughts are, but we'll go over that anyway. So first item we got was the tumbler, or the cup, however you want to say it. Looks like that, says darker the better. The second item that we got were the bookmarks. So we got the resin bookmark, the one that says I like my romance dark. Looks like that, and there is, if you can see, glitter throughout that with a really cute little white ribbon there. So we got that one. Then in that same packaging we got this, which is a cardboard bookmark that says give me all of the trigger warnings on that side, and then little images on there. That was the second item. Third item we got, again there were two things in this package, are two key rings. First one looking like this with really cute gothic-y lace black bow, and it says in my dark era on it with a little rose. And then in that same package we have this one that says dark romance girly on this side with a little skull on it. We then have the free gift that comes within that book bundle, that was the packaging, and in there we had a pin that said late night reading club, the stickers to go with it. Not sure where I'm going to put these. I may even put these actually on my bookshelf. That might look quite cool. So we have that. Then we had the book sign. Looks like that. We then had this item, again for your book so it can hold the page. I'm not sure what this is actually called. I'm going to call this a book place holder, but I don't actually know what this is. Then the last item that you would get in that bundle was the bag. Looks like this. Really cute, nice size. On the smaller size, but a really good size, a size that you could put into your handbag if you ever needed an extra bag to carry stuff in. And feels like really nice quality. Quite a thick bag, which was a pleasant surprise. And then the last item is this resin bookmark that says I'd let the world burn with a black lace bow on it. So that was everything that we got in Kat's Little Bookish Store book bundle. I really like it. I think it is really cool. Final thoughts, I'm really impressed with this. I like the fact that it's supporting a small business. A lot of these items made me smile and giggle, which is nice. Again, this could be a really lovely gift to give to someone if you know someone who likes reading. You could also equally do what I did and just buy this for yourself. I wanted some of the bookmarks anyway, and I like some of the other items. So if you like a couple of her items, it might make sense for you to buy the bundle. It made sense for me to buy the bundle because it worked out cheaper for me to buy the bundle than it would have to order the individual items that I wanted. And I like that these items are witty. I also really like the gothic-y aspect of these items. I think that they are very pretty. So I like the fact that all of these items have that nod to the book genre that they are with reference to. I think that that's really cool. I really like this. I think that this is a really lovely thing to either buy yourself or give for someone if you are interested in books. I very much am interested in books and interested in reading. So anytime I can involve my love of books and my love of reading into other items, I definitely will. And I actually intend to buy a couple more of these because I think these are so cute. Of course, I love being able to support a smaller business, and I think that this is a really lovely business to support. Kat seems lovely, and yeah, I'm really happy to support this business and talk about this business. I think that the price is a fair price for the quality of the items and the uniqueness of the items. I don't think that that price is too outrageous. If I'm reading in public, let's say, I'm gonna love using one of these bookmarks. Same way if I'm reading and I want to use something like this, it's really cute. Same way with the tumbler. They're just really sweet, really cute items that are a nod to books and a nod to different book genres. And I really like this. I am at some point going to do a whole bookshelf tour, but this is what it currently looks like. When things are a little bit more sorted in the home, I would like to do some book related content on my channel, but I just thought it was relevant for you guys to see this if we're talking about books and having that conversation. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I will speak to you all in my next video. Let me know what your favourite item was, and thank you guys for watching.